So today we continue our Laws of Shabbos class. Today's class number 32, and we start with Sefer Shmiras HaLashon. It's page 109, and topic is rewards. Okay, go ahead.
The Zohar states in Parshas Chukas that one who is zealous in avoiding forbidden speech becomes enveloped in a spirit of sanctity. Midrash Nechuma, the film, Parak 52, Pasuk 2, states, the Holy One, blessed is He, said, if you seek to escape the punishment of Gehinnom, distance yourself from Lashon Hara. Through this you will be deemed meritorious in this world and the next. The Torah states, you shall not eat flesh of an animal that was torn in the field. To the dog shall you throw it. In fact, it is permitted to dispose of such meat in other ways as well. However, the Torah says to throw such meat to dogs as a way of reward for their not having howled at any Jew on the night of the Exodus. For HaShem does not deprive any creature of its just reward. Surely then, there is infinite reward reserved for man, who through his own free choice refrains from speaking the forbidden.
Any comments?
No, not really. It's very clear.
Okay. No problem. So let's continue with the Laws of Shabbos then. So we continue the topic of garments that may be worn on Shabbos. So not everything is garments, so we try to define garment. Okay. So let's continue. So we're going through these examples, right? Practical applications, basically. So next one is gloves. That's an interesting one. Gloves are considered garments, and accordingly, some poskim permit wearing them outdoors on Shabbos. However, other poskim rule that since a person often removes his glove in order to use his hand, for example, to shake hand of a person that he meets, it is forbidden to wear gloves outdoors. For one might remove them and forget to put them back on immediately, and then carry them 4 cubits in public domain. So basically, we go by the second opinion, the most stringent opinion. We don't wear gloves on Shabbos. Even according to this view, however, if one is attaches his gloves to the sleeves of his coat, he is permitted to go outside while wearing the coat, even if he does not wear the gloves in his hands. So, meaning like like they do for little kids, they would put like a string from one sleeve to another, but and so basically in some sense, these gloves are attached. They're going to stay. So it would be permitted, but otherwise it's not. Okay. The halacha is that we need not interfere with one who is lenient and wear gloves. But it is better. It befits very meticulous, observant person to be strict in this matter, and not to go outdoors with gloves unless they're sewn to the sleeves, to his sleeves. Nevertheless, it is customary to be lenient regarding women and children and permit them to wear gloves outdoors. So, which makes sense. Women usually don't shake hands, right? Or little kids, only men. So one more time, the problem is that you might take off your glove, shake somebody's hand, and continue talking, and you don't put your glove back, and you're going to walk 4 amos, which is we said like 7-8 feet in the public domain. That's the reason. Okay, continue. If gloves are secured on a child's garment with the clips or the like, it is permitted for a child to wear the coat outdoors even when not wearing the gloves on the hands. However, if the gloves are not fastened to the garment but attached to each other with an elastic or a string that is run through the sleeves or the coat, it is forbidden to let the child go outdoors. Okay, I'll take it back what I said. With the coat, unless he wears the gloves in his hands. This pertains to a child who has reached the age of Kiruv. Okay, see children in halacha. So I'm not sure what is the rationale here. Maybe he can lose it anyway, right? This guy. So one of the, if they are touched, so I mean there is two ways. I saw like there is string goes from one sleeve to another, or like a short string and then sew to the sleeve, and it's like I don't know the guy has like 4 inches or so he can take it off and put it back on, no problem. Okay, so basically, one more time, if it's on one string and it's not attached to the garment, so it is forbidden. Okay. So next one, earmuffs. Even the poskim who prohibit wearing gloves on Shabbos permits wearing earmuffs, but it makes sense. Nobody takes off these earmuffs. Okay. Continue. Beeps and aprons. The beep is not considered a garment since its function is merely to protect clothes from becoming soiled. The same holds true with the apron. I'm not sure what's the difference between bib and apron. Bib is like only half of it. Apron the full size. I'm not sure what's the difference. But we got the idea. It's like similar. But the bib, thus a bib or apron, may not be worn outdoors on Shabbos. And that's only like you're protecting your clothes, which is not a garment that is worn outside. However, a large apron that covers majority of the body is considered a garment and may be worn outdoors. Okay, we discussed it before. Okay. Next one is cotton in the ear. It is permitted for a person to go outdoors on Shabbos with a wad or cotton stuffed in his ear. If the purpose of the cotton is to absorb fluid excreted by the ear, okay, that's or he need a medicine to put it there, also possible, or to protect this inner ear from cold. So people with sensitive ears, they would put the cotton inside. Okay. Medication. Okay. However, if the purpose of the cotton is merely to block the noise, that's the problem. One may not go outside with it. So basically, with unless he's suffering from noise somehow, I don't know, maybe due to construction or whatever. So it would be maybe a little different. But otherwise, just to block noise, like with like earplugs, would not be allowed. Okay, bedika cloth. It is forbidden for a woman to go out in public domain while she has an examination cloth. There is a moch bahuk inserted. Okay, so it's women when they check if they need out now. Okay, continue. Next one, handkerchiefs. People often seek to wear handkerchief outdoors in order to transport the handkerchief to a location that they are visiting. So basically, as we said, in the olden days, especially before this facial tissue, where everybody can afford it, like so, and it was not about even affording and not affording. It was like they did not exist. Maybe rich people had them, but okay. So basically, you have this handkerchief made of cotton usually, right? And he wants to go to the shul, and he sneezes. He has a runny nose, so maybe he needs even 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, so that's the story here. A handkerchief is considered an article of clothing, and thus it may be worn outdoors on Shabbos. Okay. However, it must be worn in a manner whereby it serves a cloth the wearer. It has to cover some benefit. Unfortunately, some people wear handkerchief in a forbidden manner, thus usually carrying the handkerchief due to the lack of awareness of the proper manner. Okay, but today, as we said, don't transport it. Okay, we'll outline here the correct way of wearing handkerchief permissibly on Shabbos. So there is permissible way and not permissible way. Okay, so number one, wearing as a scarf. That's no problem there. Some people poskim permit wrapping the handkerchief around the neck and wearing it as a scarf, especially in the winter. Right? However, the ends of the handkerchief must be tied together to ensure that it does not slide off the neck, because it's like a scarf is it's very long. I mean, my, at least comparable to handkerchief. So it's not going to, you're not going to lose it so easily. But handkerchief, yeah, it's much shorter. So let's say tie. To ensure that it does not slide off the neck to a lower part of the body, where it served no purpose. So commentary note. For discussion of how to tie a handkerchief on Shabbat, see chapter 13. Meaning the problem could be is as we were discussing it the last time. So you're not allowed to make knots. Some knots you're allowed to make, like single knot or knot with a bow, especially when you're planning to untie it, when you go to get to the shul or to the place where you're going, that would not be an issue. Continue. But I'm not sure. My question would be, I just thought about it. Let's say he goes to shul, so he would not be able to take it back. You know, his dirty handkerchief, he's not going to tie it back as a scarf. So he would need to leave it somewhere in the shul. Okay, just a thought. When tied around the neck, the handkerchief is considered a bona fide garment. So it's like a scarf, since it provides warmth. Accordingly, it is permitted to wear it in this fashion, even in the warm weather. Okay. So one more time, he's not protecting his short collar from not being like soiled with perspiration, but I don't know, to wear it as a scarf for whatever reason. Maybe he has sore throat, and I don't know. So I mean, people do wear. According to certain poskim, it is permissible to wear handkerchief tied around the neck, even if one also wears scarf. Okay, certain poskim. So I mean, the rationale, the way I see it, like you can have double scarf. So it's very cold outside, so you put like one thinner scarf and one thicker one, because it's too cold. Okay, which is possible. Okay, continue. This is the same as wearing two scarves, exactly, which people sometimes do when required extra warmth. This winter, there was like few days where it was so cold, especially in the morning. I had to walk to the shul at like 20, I don't know, like 20 minutes walk, especially like this weather. So yeah, I think I had two scarves. It was so cold. Okay. However, one should wear the handkerchiefs only in the manner in which it aids warmth. Okay. One should not wear it on top of the woolen scarf. Like it's useless, or fold it inside, since it cannot contribute the degree of warmth that is not necessarily greater than provided by the woolen scarf. So basically, to put it first, put the handkerchief first, on top put the woolen scarf, and there is no problem. Okay, so number 2, wearing the handkerchief underneath the short collar. It is forbidden to go outdoors with the handkerchief tied underneath the one short collar. Underneath the short collar. Yeah, okay. In order to prevent the perspiration from being absorbed to the short. Exactly, as we said, that's like a cowboys do. I don't know, cowboys think like the thousands. They would like in olden days would wear like this. However, there is this is permitted. Even extra absorbency is needed to prevent the physical discomfort that might be brought by the profuse sweating. Okay, maybe he's sweating. So to prevent physical discomfort, we would allow him. Yeah, go ahead.
So let's say, is one allowed to, let's say, hypothetically, wear a blindfold because it protects him from looking at immodesty on Shabbos?
I would say no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not, and I never seen that, but like logically, it's not one of this category.
Uh-huh. Because as I understand, if it protects you from something, then you're allowed to.
No, it's not. So what protects, when we say about protection, we said that about protects from elements and protects from discomfort. So like physical discomfort. For example, this blindfold would be allowed. For example, a person had like surgery on his eyes, and then he cannot expose them to light for I don't know, like for a few weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, whatever they did. So somebody would leave them. So in this case, it would be medically permissible. But not like that. Okay. Okay. Number 3, wearing handkerchief as a belt. It is permitted, but it's a long handkerchief. It is permissible to wear a handkerchief belt made of several handkerchiefs, okay, tied together. See chapter 13 for discussion of the law of tying knot on Shabbat. Okay, so that's another solution. As we said, I mean, if he has a runny nose, so this one handkerchief is not going to do much good to him, right? He would need like, I don't know, 2 or 3 or 5. So in this case, if he tied them together to make a belt and then untie them in a shoe, so it would be permitted. Okay, next one, K, tie clip. It is permitted to wear the tie clip since it serves the function of the holding the tie in place. I'm not sure if people today wear tie clip. I have no idea. Okay, but some, I think some people do. It's fashionable, and they cost some of the fancy schmancy cost a lot of money, I guess. So it's like a statement, right? This tie clip is a statement. Okay, holding tie in place. This holds true even if one wears the jacket, since the clip is nevertheless necessary. Okay, so the jacket part, they say because jacket would hold this the tie in place. More or less. Okay. Just 1 second. Well, if one wears sweater or vest, which hold the tie in place itself, it is forbidden to wear the clip. So if you have a vest, like I have a vest, so it holds a tie very good. Right? Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You have a question?
Let's say with any item, like for example, after the tie clip, we're about to talk about the key, right? So does it count as carrying? Let's say if you hold something, I don't know, let's say in your mouth. As an example.
Yeah. It doesn't make any difference. It's not part of your body. If you have feeling in your tooth, it's part of the body. That's it. But if you put, I don't know. So even this sucking cane, so you cannot go outside with that, like you can. So or you finish an apple, right? Let's say you're going to mincha, you eat an apple. So stop chewing, right, or swallow, and then you can go.
Understand.
Okay, so continue with the tie clip. Okay. If the tie clip is made of gold or silver, it can be considered the adornment. Okay, which may be possibly worn, subject to the rule discussed in the following chapter. So we will discuss: was it adornment, or and what is not adornment? Okay. That's now it's. I mean, today, I don't know when they come up with this digital locks and all of this locks, like when we can leave a key. So I mean, this is more recent invention. I don't know, maybe 5 years. I don't know. But digital locks, maybe I don't know, maybe 10 years. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But before that, when the only way was to carry the key with you. Okay. So let's see. Methods of transporting a key. As with a handkerchief, there are several permissible methods of wearing a key on Shabbos, as well as several forbidden methods. The following are permissible methods. Okay. The tie clip. It is permissible to wear a tie clip that is made out of the key. So commentary say, note, if one has a tie clip made of several keys, he should consult halakhic authority concerning whether it may be worn on Shabbos. Okay, let's say one key. Okay, so basically it is made so with the key you need only part where it has all this teeth, right, to stick into your lock. You need the head of the key actually, right? I mean you can do without it. So basically that I saw a few times people wear there is a tie clip, right, and it's like flat or whatever, with some decoration on outside, but inside, like closer to the short, it is a form of the key. Very interesting.
Let's say there's a person, I don't know. Let's say he's already breaking the commandment of having a piercing. Now, does it count as carrying if he has a piercing or no?
No, the piercing is not carrying because it's like attached to his body permanently. Mm-hmm. Let's say permanently. I mean, of course, you can unscrew it the way I understand and remove it, but it's permanent.
Understood.
Yeah. But good question. However, such a tie clip may be worn only if it is actually served to hold the tie in place. So you cannot wear a tie clip without the tie, right? Or not to clip the tie to the shirt. It is not subject to the possible leniency associated with jewelry, since it is not really decorative. I mean, it's like it is made, I don't know, from the same material that the key is made. Okay. I mean, two sides. Thus, it may be worn if person wears only a short or a jacket on the top of the shirt. However, if he wears vest or sweater, which holds the tie in place, it is forbidden to wear a key tie clip outdoors. So only if it's practically needed. If you practically needed this tie clip, that only then you can use it. This clip. Yeah, go ahead.
Of course, I know we're not allowed to touch a pen on Shabbos, but someone can also use a pen as a tie clip, no?
No, we cannot. The two separate things. So we cannot touch pen because it's a muktzah. Mm-hmm. So if you cannot touch, of course you cannot wear as a clip.
Well, we'll say it this way. Let's just say, right? The pen has absolutely no ink and it's not usable.
It's absolutely irrelevant.
Understood.
So it depends in general category, and so one of the things is the mighty sign. So people would see, and they see this guy and this person. They think that he's very religious. So they would say that it is permissible. You know, so yeah, one of the things. Okay. So number 2, brooches. Chapter 9. Okay, we're going to get it. Page 138. Okay. See for discussion over keys that are made into decorative brooches. So brooch is for sure is a decoration. Okay. So And for decoration, as we're going to see, you don't need any like function. So if it's fancy schmancy, and it's so you can basically wear it. Not the same goes for men and women, but we're going to see. Okay, number 3, using key as a part of the belt. That's I also saw a few times in my life. No, more than a few times. It is permitted to go outdoors on Shabbat while wearing a belt that has the key in it, provided that the key serves an essential component of the belt. For example, if one removes the swingling tongue of the belt buckle and replaces it with a key, right? So that the key is inserted through the hole of the belt when it is buckled, and it's permitted to wear this belt on Shabbat. So just to show you, 1 second, let me get the belt. 1 second, I have a belt. So here's a belt, right? So they take this part of the belt, take it out and put the key instead. So basically, it becomes like intrinsic part of the belt. Otherwise, your pants are going to fall, right? So it's one way. Or another way. So let's see what they say. Buckle, okay. So it is permitted to wear this belt on Shabbat. So for sure, according to all of the opinion, there is no doubt about it. Similarly, so basically you use it as a buckle, right? Part of the buckle and a part of the key as a key. There's no problem. Okay. Similarly, if the buckle fashioned in such a way that it hooks onto the key, so that the key holds the belt in place when buckled, it is permitted. Note, however, that both of these instances is forbidden to attach the key to the belt on Shabbos. Okay, so that's a different question. Okay, this must be done before Shabbos. So basically, if you have, so what they're saying, let me get the belt again. So you have this buckle, right? So if you put a key somewhere like here in between, so basically without this key, even if it looks like a key, whatever, it's like one of the links, right? So without this key, the belt is not going to work, useless. So in this case, it is also permitted. I never seen this one. I mean, that's I don't look what people wear basically, but the first case I saw several times. Okay. So all of these must be done before Shabbos. So if you want here attached, okay. Another permissible method to use a key is to hold the two ends of the belt together. Okay, so basically, another one. So you cut the belt somewhere, wherever you want to cut it, in the back, in the side, and you put one ring, and you put it in another ring, right? And between them you put a key. So basically, this key is needed to hold this belt together. It's also permissible. There is, instead of using the buckle, a string or a key ring may be attached to each end of the belt. That's it, okay? And both strings or key rings may be threaded through the hole of the key. So basically, like in a key, if you look at the key, it has like sometimes one hole, sometimes 3 holes, depends on the company. So let's say it has 3 holes. So you put one like ring on one side, one on another side, and you connect it to the 2 sides of the belt. And basically, you can take like this, I don't know, like 2 or 3 keys, or whatever, how many keys you need. Okay. Okay. The buckle need not be removed, since it is considered an intrinsic part of the belt. Okay, the buckle. even if it is not being used. Okay, continue. Similarly, one can tie a key to the end of the string or a ribbon and fasten it around the body by tying the ends as well to the key. Okay. Although one may not wear the ordinary belt, one second, let's read it again. That's a little confusing. Similarly, one can tie a key to an end of the string or a ribbon and fasten it around his body when tying to by tying the other end as well to the key. So it's like he makes this belt. Okay. However, one may not wear an ordinary belt and the string attached to the belt outdoors at the same time. So basically, if you want, instead of your regular belt, you want to put piece of rope with a key hanging on it, so there is no problem. Right, but you cannot have belt and regular. That's what some people do. They buy in the Judaica store this elastic and with two clips, and then they put key like in between, and that's how they wear. It's absolutely useless. I mean, they have to provide instructions how to wear. If you wear instead of the belt, yes, but like on top of the belt, it's like what purpose does it use? Okay, go ahead.
Is this Judaica store online? Is it kosher or no? I'm not sure. I just don't. Judaica store, like online you can buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's a stores. They have like internet. I mean, if you wanted to check some, sometimes if it's from Israel, you have to check. Some of them are Christians.
No, exactly. You search up mezuzah on Amazon, you go to the reviews, and then it says, "Oh, this mezuzah is great to serve yoshke." So.
No. If you tell me exactly, I can check. I bought from many places. I know many places. Okay. So continue. So we said if you have a piece of string or a rope, and you want to thread it instead of your belt, use it instead like your belt, so you can. But otherwise, I mean, whatever they sell in the store, I mean, it looks nice, but they have to provide instruction. Otherwise, I heard many people, they say, no, I bought it in Judaica. I said, so what? It's a business. I mean, they can sell you whatever you want. I mean, not whatever you want, but it does not mean that all of the poskim agree to whatever they sell. Right? And then plus, as I said, with this elastic, so if they would explain the proper way of wearing, there is no problem, as we just said. But if they did not explain, I mean, people just assume they can transport key like that. It's not in a pocket. That's good, which is wrong. Okay, continue. However, one may not wear an ordinary belt, and a string belt outdoors at the same time, as we said. One must also be careful to tie a belt with a knot that may be tied on Shabbat, as taught in chapter 13. So again, even though this string with a key allowed, but have to tie correct way. Yeah, go ahead.
Question about what you said about, for example, the poskim and the Judaica store. Now, in the Goyish world, let's say in politics, for example, let's say someone wants, there's a politician, he gets a donation from someone, and the politician starts making laws just for him. Now, what fence is there in the Torah for that not to happen with poskim?
What says what the fence is in the Torah not?
For the poskim not to be influenced by
Okay, I hear your question. He has to be God-fearing person. Only God can stop him. That's it. So if he's known as God-fearing person, he's not going to move left or right. So you can trust such a person.
Got it. Understood.
That's it. That's when you go to buy mezuzah, you or tefillin, you look for God-fearing person. Otherwise, you would never ever would find out that this mezuzah or the tefillin is not kosher. Never. Understand? So we rely on him. Yeah, absolutely, you're right. Okay, continue. In all of the examples, we have provided that the key source as an essential component that usually keeps the belt fastened. Okay. It is forbidden to wear a belt outdoors with a key attached to it if the key does not serve to fasten the belt. Okay, so basically it has to be part of the belt, 100%. Okay. Okay, and last one in this chapter, talus. It is forbidden to go outdoors with folded talus draped over one's shoulders, since this is not usual way of wearing. So if you want to transport talus, if you just the way you wear in a shoe, or like some people wear in a shoe, like I also do, like cover my head. So on the street, I would cover my head because I have very long talus. So otherwise, it would look ridiculous. Okay.
But question, for example, when you tie 5 or 6 handkerchiefs, that's also not necessarily the most normal way someone wears something. So why is that allowed?
I think yes.
For example, you say talus isn't allowed to wear like this because it's not the general way people wear it, correct?
No, when it's folded.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when the big put out, so he does not want to drag onto the floor, so he wears like a scarf. It's folded like a lenswise, so he can control the tzitzis.
So, but it's not allowed because people usually don't wear it that way, correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. I'm saying that, for example, it said we can make a belt out of handkerchiefs, right?
Yes.
Now, that's not the usual way of wearing handkerchiefs either.
You're right. But this belt of handkerchief is sort of to keep the pants up. It's instead of the belt, the regular belt.
Understood. Thank you.
So that's a huge difference. You understand? But the towel is basically, I mean, you need it for what is it, for praying, but otherwise, I mean, it has no other purpose.
But are you allowed to wear a talus like this, for example, in the winter when it's cold, because it's still protecting you from the
exactly,
cold?
Exactly. So in the winter, exactly. So if you want to, you wear it as a scarf, right? We were talking about scarf. Absolutely, it would be allowed. Yeah. But you're right. But we're talking about like warm weather. But me personally, I'm trying not to carry at all. So I would take my talus for a Friday night. I would take it, leave it in the shoe, and even they finish earlier. So I go by 72 minutes. Rabbi Natan. They go in by 54 minutes. Right, so even by the time we finish Marif, it's still for me the Shabbat is not over. Even you're allowed to pray Marif 7 early, there is no problem, stuff like that. But I still don't care. So I pick it up on Sunday morning. So what is the problem? Okay, so let's at least start the next one. It's very I think that you like it. It's very interesting. Okay, wearing non-clothing articles. So before that, we said we were talking about clothing. Now, non-clothing. Okay. In the previous chapter, we discussed the law pertaining to wearing clothing outdoors on Shabbos. Here we'll discuss the laws pertaining to items that are not considered clothing in a strict sense, but nevertheless commonly worn. Okay. There are 3 categories of non-clothing items that may be worn outdoors on Shabbos. A, jewelry. Okay. B, medical items. And C, articles that are worn permanently. So like this piercing, I guess. I mean, if somebody wears, so it would, because it's worn permanently. Okay. Okay, so let's see.
Wait,
Yeah.
question.
Mhm.
For the piercing, when you told me the reason you're allowed to wear it, why did you tell me the reason about being worn permanently instead of telling me the reason that it's jewelry? Does it not fall into jewelry too?
No. You see, if it's of gold and if it's outside, I don't know. Somehow I thought like somewhere like hidden, not like under the clothes. But if it's outside, if it's jewelry, but it's not the jewelry that the people you usually normal people you usually wear.
Understood.
Jewelry like you have a bracelet, you have a chain or whatever. That's a normal jewelry. Okay. In contrast to the general clothing, which may be worn for any purpose, for example, a raincoat, which may be worn even in sunny weather to transport it elsewhere. So, as we said, and I want to emphasize again, so if it's in category of clothing, you can wear it for any purpose that you want. Okay, continue. The article just listed may be worn only when they actually serve their intended purpose. So, meaning what? The first example that came into my mind. So, the guy has a chain, right? A golden chain or his diamonds on his hand, and he has very long sleeves and like a jacket, like a very long jacket, right? So nobody sees the chain, so it's like serves no purpose. Okay. Thus, the jewelry may be worn only in a fashion in which it adorns the wearer. So adorns meaning that the people can see. Medical items only if the provider provide an actual medical need. And items that are worn permanently only if they serve the body in some fashion, as explained below. Let us examine each of these categories. Okay.
I don't think it'll talk about this. Well, let's say someone has high blood sugar, right? And they need something sweet. So is one allowed to carry a lollipop in his mouth or no? If he doesn't have the lollipop,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Just they. I think if it's I learned it some time ago, but I don't remember like what was the conclusion. I think the bottom line that they said if that there are like four stages of diabetes. It's not one. So if it's the severe one, that person like can walk and just fall on the floor, unless he has something sweet, he's in a life is danger, and it's like real life danger. So they would allow and to put it like inside of the head in this event. So it's not like a normal way of carrying.
then I have this question. Is he that person, let's say he's allowed to take candy. He's not allowed to, is he allowed to take it with the wrapper or without the wrapper?
I would say with the wrapper, but I see where you're going with that. So he's going to leave the wrapper somewhere. He cannot transport the wrapper. So basically, but I see. But my explanation was that since he took it out of his house with the wrapper, it was allowed. And now, like I don't know, like 10 minutes from his house, he needs this candy. So he transported up to that point. He transported this candy, this wrapper. Let's talk about wrapper in permissible way. It was permissible. So now he can leave it wherever he is. Yeah, he cannot continue carry because it served no purpose whatsoever. Okay. Our next one is jewelry. No, not next. It's the first one, jewelry. Introduction. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's do at least jewelry and this stuff. Okay, introduction. The sages forbade women to wear adornments in the public domain. A Carmelist. So Carmelist, we said it's like intermediate. And according to some paskin, even in an enclosed courtyard that has no eruv. Okay, the enclosed courtyard that. So basically, like I don't know why this guy said that on the stairs it's still a private domain. that you asked me. It has, I don't know. To be private domain, it has to be surrounded by walls or a fence. So it's not surrounded by a fence or certain height. I'm trying to remember. Maybe I think it's 10 tefachim, but I might be wrong. Like minimum height of the fence, or you have like this string going around. But these stairs that you told me, it's not private domain. Okay. Unless there is a really string that we did not see. Maybe. I'm not sure why would they do it, but there is a possibility that they did it. Okay. So yeah.
Does I'm not sure. Let's say there's an empty pool, okay?
Now, what? Say it again.
An empty pool, okay?
Empty pool. Yeah. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Now, does the empty pool count as a private domain? And if you leave the pool,
yes.
Okay, understood. Got it.
100%. We said that the minimum requirement for private domain, I think.
But it doesn't have a roof. I thought it needs to have a roof. For the mezuzah, for example, you need to have a roof.
No. Two separate things. So private domain, if it's maybe 40 tefachim by 40 tefachim and 10 tefachim high. So this pool is for sure private domain, for sure. Okay. So let's go to jewelry again. The sages enacted this rule for the fear that the wearer might remove the adornment to show to the others, and might then carry it for cubits in public domain. So that's the only concern. So it's jewelry decorative and adornment 100%. But she said, "Oh, look what my husband got to me," and the others say, "Okay, can I see it? Can I try it on? This and that." And the one that takes it out, they takes it off, and that's the problem. They might walk for hours. They therefore forbade the wearer of adornment in all affirmation places. Nevertheless, since the times of the Geonim, women have been known to wear jewelry, and the later poskim have searched for justification for this practice. So women do wear jewelry, so it's not like they're all crazy. Right? Okay, go ahead. Have a question?
Let's say there's a married Zonah. Is she allowed to wear her wedding ring on Shabbos?
Yes, yeah.
But so she might take it off to be with someone, though. Maybe she, trying to attract men. Men aren't likely to go to a married woman. She takes off her ring, possibility. So she'll attract more people.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. But here, what we're going to say now that the time changed, women do not usually remove the jewelry to show to others because we became much richer.
To show to other people, yes, but for the reason that I'm saying, it's intrinsic. It's not my reason applies 1,000 years ago. It applies today. So a woman, let's say she's an adulteress, she's likely to take her ring off so that other people don't see it, so that she can get with them.
Yes.
So is it allowed for her to wear a ring? Let's say because she might be suspected to take it off. So if someone sees her going outside, before she goes outside, someone should rebuke her. Correct or no?
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, since it is allowed to wear the rings today, so that there is no reason for her not to wear a ring. Especially for these low things that she's trying. Okay. Justification applied. Okay. Some justify it on the basis of the opinion that the area does not qualify to the public domain unless they're traversed by 600,000 people. Okay, as we said before. They explain that during the time of the sages, when the cities and streets qualify as a public domain, there is a 16 cubits wide and traveled by 600,000 people daily. I'm not sure where exactly they had these streets in the olden days, but okay. So, but they say they were common, so the streets were common. The sages prohibited wearing jewelry, even in a Carmelit. So meaning this our local street. Less people wear it in the public domain too. So even though we don't have public domain or 100% confirmed public domain on the Carmelit, but they say you're going to take it to Carmelis and then you're going to take it to public domain. You have a question?
Yes. Why, for example, Hilo HaShem, when 10 people know about it, it's a public avera. 10 people, it's considered public, but over here you need 600,000.
No, 600,000 is to qualify this area to be a public domain. So that's qualification. 600,000 Jews who went out of Egypt.
Understand.
So that's a public place, basically. Okay. In regard to the time such as ours, however, when virtually all our streets are only Carmelites, right? For hardly any street they are traveled by 600,000 people daily. They did not prohibit wearing jewelry in a Carmelis, since wearing jewelry is in those streets will almost never lead to wearing jewelry in a public domain. I mean, you have only Carmelis, you're not going. There is no public domain. Okay. Many poskim dispute this reasoning on the grounds that A, numerous Rishonim do not require 600,000 people passerby to qualify an area of public domain, and B, in our times too, there are streets that meet these qualifications. Okay, so it's not that simple. I mean, maybe Fifth Avenue, maybe Broadway in Manhattan, maybe they have. So some people say Ocean Parkway. I'm not sure how 600,000 people travel even back and forth. I don't know. Okay, but we're trying to go by stricter opinion. Okay, we don't want to lose a good place in Islamabad just because of this thing. Okay, other authorities justify the custom on the basis that the sages promulgated the ban on wearing jewelry only in their times. Okay, when jewelry was rare and women did not wear on the weekdays. So today women do wear jewelry on the weekdays, and they have a lot of jewelry, the fake and not fake jewelry. So I mean, so today it's like. It's not like somebody's going to take it over unless it's, I don't know,
Quite
very special. Yeah, go ahead.
I know that back then they didn't have, let's say, fake jewelry really, but let's say exactly. But let's say they did. Would it be allowed to be worn? Why? Because a woman isn't likely to take off fake jewelry. People are gonna know it's fake. She can say if it's fake, and people want to see it, she can just say, "Oh, it's too expensive. I don't want to take it off. It might get lost. It might fall down."
Yeah.
But she's not going to take it off. So would it be allowed or no?
I would say no. So somebody showed me like some time ago this fake diamond, cubic zirconia. So he asked me how much do you say? I said I have no idea. Even approximately. And this guy wants to show off, right? So he said, "Do you know how to tell this from this?" I have no idea. I heard it's hard to tell. I mean, if you tell me this is diamond, I would say it's diamond. How do I know? So I think he told me it's like when you throw on the floor, it bounces differently. So, if it's, I mean, it's true, not true. I have no idea. But if let's say it is true, who's going to test it like that? I mean, today they have this fake jewelry. I'm not sure if it's fake, just like fashionable, like from plastic, right? But they look nice, like even look like stone, maybe semi-precious stones. I don't know. Okay, there was then therefore the apprehension that when they would meet their friends on Shabbat, they would remove their adornment to display them. So the jewelry, the people, especially in Europe, in Eastern Europe, in Russia, in Poland, in Ukraine, in Lithuania, people were very poor. Many people had hardly food to eat. So forget about jewelry. So if somebody would get jewelry from, it was a big event. So jewelry was passing from generation to generation to generation. Understand? It was very expensive. So it would be like, of course, during the weekday nobody wear jewelry. What are you going to wear jewelry to milk a cow, right? To go in the field to work, to weed the field, to plow the field. That's when you're going to wear the jewelry. So it was on Shabbos day, let's say. So it was only a few hours, so you can show off whatever you have. So of course there was more probable much more probable that people would remove this lady was removed and show each other. In our times, however, when jewelry is more common and is worn even during the week, right? We have no fear that the women will remove it to show to their friends. Okay. Others point out that the sages did not prohibit women of rank wearing crowns on Shabbos, since only women of rank wear the type of adornment, and such a women do not remove their jewelry to show their friends. So basically, I heard before when we were in the town, there's some kind of crowns to show that she's a wife of this important person. Yeah, go ahead.
Are there any poskim who say that even today, a newlywed woman is not allowed to wear her engagement ring? Let's say she got a diamond ring for engagement, right? She might be like, take it off and show other people.
No. I never heard anybody say it.
Okay. Oh, you never heard anyone say it, but it's a likely thing that women do, though.
That they do what? Remove it?
Yeah, take off their engagement ring and show everybody.
I mean, not in the streets. So I mean, if it costs a lot of money, so she has to be stupid to take it off. Maybe some I don't know, some guy would ride a bicycle and just grab from her hand.
Well, what you're saying right now, I can say the exact same thing 2,000 years ago. Because 2,000 years ago, I can say nobody's going to take it off because it's too expensive. Some guy can just,
No, well, but usually, I hear what you say. So people usually lived in Jewish shtetls, that's villages. And all of the around were Jews. And the people were like, unless somebody on a horse and he sees jewelry from the far away and stuff like that. But otherwise, it was like everybody would walk. It was a much slower pace. But today, with all of the scooters, electric bikes and stuff like that, he just grabs and that's it. And say goodbye to your ring. And plus, it's not. I mean, what is so special that ring? I'm not an expert in jewelry, but okay, so it's a stone. Okay, a little bigger, a little smaller stone. It's such a big deal. What is it?
You're not a woman. You don't know how they are about this stuff.
No. Okay. I understand. That's what I say. But I don't know. I mean, of course, there is a possibility, a very small possibility. And plus, since it is rabbinical, so for sure they're not going to go to the public domain because there is no public domain, right? So we go leniently, and we allow women. Men, not for men. It's much stricter rules. But let's see. Okay, so continue. I'm trying to finish this and we stop. Furthermore, in the times of the Talmud, women did not leave the house all week, and consequently, they never met their friends. That's another thing. So today they talk, and she can send pictures, right? They take a picture even from the store. Forget about Venom here. She's posting on Facebook. That's what we bought. That's the blah 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 and stuff like that. So okay. So in olden days they met the friends on Shabbos, right? Moreover, they did not visit their friends in their homes even on Shabbos, and there was no women's gallery in a synagogue where they could display their finery. So in a big city, it was a women's section, but in some places there were no women's sections. Okay, women gallery. Okay, the only place they met their friends was on the street. So they walk after Shabbos meal, I guess. In our times, however, women do not go out and visit their friends even during the week. Moreover, they see each other in a synagogue on Shabbos. So today, all of the shuls have women's sections. Have I ever been in a shul without women's section? I've been to many shuls. I don't think so. Not even one. I don't think so. There is therefore no danger that they will remove their jewelry in the street to show it to their friends. So basically, I mean, logically, of course, there are exceptions, there are crazy people, but Halacha is not following them. Nowadays, it is a prevailing custom for women to wear jewelry on Shabbos, even in the public domain. So we said there is no, okay, let's say there is public domain. So why? Because they're not going to remove it. Concerning men, however, Paskim write that a conscious individual should avoid wearing jewelry outdoors on Shabbos. So we're going to stop here. So men, I'm not sure why men would wear jewelry to begin with. That's, I think, a problem to begin with, but let's see. Okay, so we stop here. So it's very interesting, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Right. So it's very late, so let's...
Yes, that's all.
Good night, Shabbos, yes. Until next time.
Yes, Shabbos.
Thank
Shabbos.
you. Bye-bye.
אני מברך את הרבנים, רגע. אני מברך את הרבנים, הרב ירון ראובן, הרב אפרים כחלון, ראשי ארגון בעזרת השם, שהלכו בפי עליון, שעלו מעלה, יהיה להם ברכה והצלחה, הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא בישועות ליבם לטובה ולברכה, שבכל מה שיפנו ישכילו ויצליחו, יזכו עוד לעשות כאלה וכאלה, הודיעו תורה לאדירה, אמן ואמן.
בעזרת השם רשת בכל הארץ. הוא היהודי הזה, הוא היה מיליונר, סגר את כל הביזנס, אמר אני משקיע פה בעולמה של תורה.
איפה הוא גר?
בפלורידה.
פלורידה, איפה זה פלורידה? באמריקה.
במיימי. כן, ליד. אנחנו שם עכשיו הולכים להקים קהילה ספרדית.
חזק אותו בשמי.
קהילה ספרדית גדולה.
תעבירו מה שבירכתי אותו.
כן, קהילה ספרדית גדולה.